Out of 10, sickle cell anemia is a disease that impacts thousands of people across the world. The life-threatening disease is primarily found among African Americans and Hispanics. Our Quentin Smith, he speaks with a family impacted by the disease. He joins us live in the studio now with their story. Quentin.
Scott, Andre Hunt Jr. is one of the many people who are diagnosed with sickle cell disease. He was diagnosed because both his mother and father had the sickle cell trait. Now, the family doesn't consider having this disease a bad thing. Instead, they're using it to help raise awareness about the illness while also growing closer together as a family. The bond that Andre Hunt Sr. has with his son is one he says is unbreakable.
He's my little partner. You know, me and him basically do everything together.
It's a fire.
See, on the outside, Andre Jr. looks like your average kid who likes to have fun. However, this 6-year-old has endured more than most people his age, much more.
When he was born, the doctors kind of noticed that his blood levels was a little lower, really a lot lower than they needed to be. So they ran some tests, never got a confirmation for actual sickle cell disease until he was maybe about 6 to 8 months.
AJ has sickle cell SS, which is the most common type of sickle cell disease.
His immune system basically is compromised, with him having it. So anything that he gets, whether it's a normal cold, anything like that, that can cause him to go into crisis.
The kindergartner has dealt with multiple crisis outbreaks that forced him to have to go to the hospital. However, each time, the little fighter would always find a way to bounce back. Andre Sr. says managing his son and making sure he's taking his medicine helps him stay on top of this disease. The only cure for sickle cell is for the 6-year-old to undergo a bone marrow transplant. The father says it's an option he'd strongly consider.
It would probably be considered if it was, life or death situation, or as he got older, that would be something that would probably be put on the table.
Watching his son battle this disease isn't always easy. However, Andre Sr. says the two have found a way to connect and grow closer together as father and son, while also becoming best friends.
He's taught me a lot, he tells me I've taught him a lot, but he's probably taught me more about endurance and strength and perseverance, just watching him.
Now, Andre Sr. says he wishes more awareness will be brought to this disease, and that's exactly what's happening this weekend in Clay County. The Progressive Foundation of Clay County Incorporated will be hosting its 2nd annual Sickle Cell Disease 5K run.
We have several citizens in this area or someone in their families that's affected with the disease sickle cell or sickle cell anemia. And we wanted to make the community at large aware of how prevalent this disease is in this area.
Now, during tomorrow's event, the nonprofit organization will provide educational material on the disease and have a speaker from the Mississippi Sickle Cell Foundation to speak to those in attendance. Tomorrow's event will begin tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock and last until noon at Marshall Park in West Point.